Hello, good morning. Hello, everybody out there. My name's Ian. This is my podcast in relation to my book, Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. If you've heard this before or if you've read any of the book, you'll know that I am blind and in a or visually impaired and in a wheelchair. But no, that doesn't stop you from doing anything. Um, Recently, and I usually talk about things that I've been doing or things that are coming up, and yeah, or things that are in the book. And like I say, even though you're in a wheelchair and you can't see very well, that's no excuse. Just get on with doing things, which is what I usually do. Um, Today I'm going to talk to you about canoeing. I am a member of the local canoe club most summers, and last week it was only the second week in the summer that I've been down, and they wanted me to do a risk assessment to see how I get in the boat, and then once I've fallen, I then had to dive into the water and show, demonstrate on how they could rescue me, X, Y, Z, and things like that. And it we got in the boat, and then I was told to put um, extra measures on. So I put, usually I don't do this, but I put a wetsuit on, so when I went in the water, I wasn't as cold as what I would have been. And then, but when we first got in the water, we went for a bit of a paddle down a couple of the bridges, and then when we got back near the end of the session, I jumped in the water and they rescued me, and and it was, like I say, it was mainly for them to fulfil their risk assessment and to see how we'd manage them getting me out of the water. And like I say, it went really well. The only thing I would say, if you ever do that or you ever jump in the river, and you think you may have drank river water, is to have, there goes my phone, is to have some flat coke afterwards, because unfortunately I forgot to do this, and the flat coke gets rid of all the germs. I was told the other day it might be like a wives' tale or something passed down from generations, but it may work, because unfortunately I was really ill afterwards. Um, so that's what I'm putting my illness down to, possibly having drank some of the river water. All I remember from being in the Ouse, it was very dark and very grey. But no, and then, like I say, um, I basically then got out and got changed, and I went down this last week, even though there was an England match planned to be on. England playing in the semi-finals of the European Cup, but we, unfortunately, because there wasn't enough people about, that had experience, there was some of the beginners there, but none of the others. There was one of the usual people that paddle with me, and one of the committee members, but unfortunately, because there wasn't enough people about, I wasn't able to get in the water. So that is another good side of it, kind of. So if there isn't enough people about, that have the experience that won't let me get on the boat, which again it's kind of frustrating. It's kind of frustrating, but at the same time, um, it's a good thing that they won't let me on the water if there's not enough experience about. Um, so so yeah, that was frustrating on Wednesday. One thing we did do is we went to look at another jumping off point at the other side of the river um, that we're possibly going to be using over the next few times. The only thing is, I queried it yesterday. I'd looked at the risk assessment and then I queried, the new place for jumping off. Would that make half of what we've done with the risk assessment out the window? But they haven't said yes or no. Um, but so that was that. Next week, I'm hoping to go to a concert in the Musing Gardens. I'm going to see Shed 7, which is kind of like a homecoming, I think. They say like 30-year anniversary, but all of those 30 years they haven't always been releasing music. They have released an album recently. Is it A Matter of Time? So that'll be really good to go to. And yeah. But as I say, if you haven't read the book, please get it out. I believe it may be in the library or it's definitely on Amazon. Download it or keep listening to my podcasts because if I haven't got anything coming up, I will talk about things in the book that are current, and I'm hopefully going to be putting some adverts on TikTok for this, and hopefully I'm doing a triathlon in a few weeks, so things to advertise that will be on the web as well, and on TikTok. The triathlon I do it most years in Donny Lake. Despite injuring myself a few months ago after skiing, you may recall, I'm still not fully recovered from that. My physio says it's going to take a year, but we're over 4 months into the year, so because it happened at the end of February, but yeah, so no, even though I've got those things wrong, we're still managing. Even when I'm standing to transfer, it's now hurts, and the physio said, no, that's good that it hurts. I'm like, oh, is it? Having something hurt isn't always great, or I don't think it's great, but the physio said it is. But no, if you've liked this podcast, and please look at the book. It's Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds on Amazon, and I'm sure we'll be doing more of these podcasts in the next few weeks. So anyway, hopefully I'll speak to you soon, and a very goodbye for now. Goodbye.